Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, loves. How are we doing?
Amazing.
For it. So excited to roll with this new moon energy. So what are we up to today, Jillian?
Well, we're in like new everything energy, aren't we? This is so magical. So hello, everybody. I am so excited to be here with you today. What we have here is a group of magical women who have come together. We are all co-authors in this incredible book called Soul Alchemy. And we figured what a great way to celebrate the coming of the book, which will be birthed a little bit later this spring, than to come together and really sink into this new moon energy. New moon is happening today. This Ostara spring equinox energy, which kicked off yesterday, and really like give you an opportunity to get to know us and some of the other women. We're going to be presenting different summaries of what the women are going to be writing about. This is going to be a magical book. So we figured we would give you some of our energy, our background, and like actually give you an introduction to us by way of not just who we are in our bios, but like what we do and how we show up by sharing with you all of these different aspects of ourselves. So I get the honor of kickstarting us today. I'm Jillian Bolanz. I'm an intuitive life coach, spiritual mentor, Reiki master of masters. I am enamored with cyclicality and helping women uncover the truth of who they are by way of trusting their intuition and working with cyclicality. My chapter in that same energy vibe is all about how I dropped a life of force and grind and really tapped into flow by way of working with the moon energy. Very long story short, you can read about it in the book, is I went from not having a natural period to working with the moon cycle to not just reconnect with my body's period, but then get pregnant with my third child. So it seems like a very like, wow, what an incredible thing within the context of just a sentence, but I really walk through the depth of the experience of that in my chapter. And before I dive into some Ostara information about the sacred Sabbath that is the spring equinox festival that started yesterday, I want to really edify two other authors that aren't on the live today. And they're just so brilliant and incredible. Meshaelle's chapter, in her chapter, she wrote all about how she lost a piece of her self-identity, worth, value, feminine power, and how these things were chipped away at her throughout childhood and life experience. And she really connected to the creative process using the mandala as a divine mirror, and how she entered into a portal to reconnect to the core of who she was. I actually had the honor of reading Meshaelle's chapter, and it was mind-blowing to see all that she'd been through in her human experience and how she reconnected to herself and her power by way of art and nature and uncovering her own sacred truth. Then we've got Len, whose chapter is all about death and rebirth, which is very significant for this time of year. Len's chapter captures near-death experiences, out-of-body experiences, altered state experiences that are all true. Many that happened involuntarily, and what the experiences did to help the death doula work that she does. So like, girls, right? Like we have some really magical people that are doing this book with us, and we're happy to have you all here with us on this live today. So thank you for being here. I'm excited to introduce you to some of these ladies. Now I get the honor of shifting from presenting about the book and the ladies to helping you tap into a little bit of that spring equinox energy that we are stepping into right now. So yesterday was Monday, March 20th. It was a big day energetically. And what the main thing about the spring equinox in terms of the energy that's available to us is it is one of 2 days where night and day are equal. They are balanced, right? And the other, so the first is the spring, the second is the fall. The thing about spring, though, and the energy that's available to us with Ostara, which is that pagan festival celebration of the spring equinox, is that it's all about birth, right? We have a balanced day, and that energy is bringing us into a time period where the sun will actually start to stay along or around in the sky a little bit longer, and we will grow with it throughout the course of the spring and the summer. This time of the year is incredibly powerful because we have the opportunity to not only harness spring energy, but as we stepped into spring, we also kicked off a new zodiac year, which I know Kaitlyn's going to talk about a little bit with her new moon information. But in terms of the zodiac in springtime, that's based on where the sun is. So the sun shifted from Pisces into Aries yesterday, which kickstarted not just springtime, but also a brand new zodiac wheel of the year. And the moon has joined her today. So Kaitlyn will talk about that in a moment. But in terms of spring energy, it's vibrancy, it's life, it's new beginnings, it's new opportunities. There's so much potential in the air during the springtime. And the amazing opportunity that we have right now is that we get to metaphorically and logistically start planting those seeds of intention. What do we want this springtime to look like? What do we want the summertime to look like? What do we actually want the rest of the next wheel of the year to look like? Now is the time to get those seeds in the ground. Those seeds could be actual seeds. You could be out there in the garden, really getting your fingers in the earth, or they could be metaphorical. They could be energetic. What is it that you are ready to call forth? What is it you are ready to birth? Ostara energy is an incredible time to really sit with the fact that abundance is at your fingertips and you get to co-create with the universe exactly what you want. And if you're willing to put in the work, that external work and the internal work, and you're willing to believe in what you want, anything is available to you. And the springtime reminds us of it. A couple key things I wanted to point out to you to help you celebrate this Ostara energy there are some rituals that you can do. Go for a walk in nature. Reconnect with how everything is beginning to thaw. I live in Maine, so quite literally, I have the essence of the seasons right outside, and getting to walk outside and smell that sweetness of the earth as the snow begins to thaw. It's really rejuvenating for not just our physical bodies, but our souls. We are cyclical beings. So being able to connect in with the cyclical nature of the seasons is so healing, and it's expansive for us. So get outside for a walk in nature. Start to really think through your intentions. How do you want to feel, and what do you want to do over this next zodiac, over the season of spring, over the next year? Reconnect and have those sacred conversations with your heart. Another ritual that I love to do, I believe I got this from the book Witch, and it was by Lisa Lister. And it's one of my favorite rituals. I actually love to do this with my kiddos, is take an egg and write a wish on the egg. The egg is very symbolic for Ostara and for this time of the year, because one of my favorite quotes, if an egg is cracked from the outside, it's considered broken. But if it's cracked from the inside, it's considered birth. Such a powerful quote, and such a powerful way to sink into this time of the year. And the egg itself reminds us that everything we need is within us. In terms of what's actually within the egg shell, the yolk represents the god and the white represents the goddess. So again, there's that balance. There's that harmony of divine masculine, divine feminine, night and day, and knowing that everything that we need to create, to embody, and to step into within our lifetime, we have within us. We just get to look at it. We get to play around with it. We get to have fun with it. So symbolically, writing a wish, writing an intention on an egg and planting it in the ground. For us, the ground is pretty frozen right now, so I kind of have to push it under some brambles to consider it buried. But it's just a symbolic opportunity to really sink into this time of the year, the spring energy, the spring essence, and that we get to call forth what we would like. The final note that I want to say is that, yes, spring is very exciting. It is very robust. It's so magical. And birth can be messy. birth can get tricky. There's a whole fourth trimester we go through after we give birth. So while it's exciting to step into the new energy and to claim the vibrancy, remember to take care of yourself. Just like working with the moon, just like working with any cycle, there's a wax and a wane. So yes, plant the seeds of new intention, but remember that we get to honor ourselves. We get to tend to ourselves during this fiery go time. It's necessary to really make sure that you are witnessing how you're feeling and support yourself the whole way through. We get to do this. We get to live this whole life. We get to create what we want, and we don't have to do it by way of forcing or grinding in the way that many of us have been taught in the past, which again directly aligns to my chapter in the book. And it's a perfect segue to my soul sister, Kaitlyn, who is going to talk about Mama Moon herself. So thank you for listening. I hope this gives you some ideas of how you can sink into spring. And we're just in the most robust time, because not only did we switch seasons and zodiacs, we literally have a new moon today to like harness this energy with.
Yes, thank you so much, Jillian. I so appreciate you and your energy and your love. Yes, can we feel the fire? Do we feel it? Heck yes, we are beginning a new season. We are beginning Aries season today. As mentioned, right, we have the new moon in Aries. Aries is a lot about our self and our self-identity. And it's a beautiful fire sign, right? And so I've been talking about this topic a lot in my communities, but it's like this idea is more forcefully bubbling to the surface of, you know, what is that passion project that you've been holding on to for probably a little bit too long, right? Like now is a time to start that. Now is a time to go and begin. And I know we hesitate sometimes because we're like, I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't know the next steps, but just go. Let your heart, let your passion lead the way and take one step. Today would be a great day to do that, because Aries, this fire element is all about action. So whether you enjoy a ritual, you're here with us, hopefully you can enjoy the light activation that we're going to close with. Whatever it is, take one action and do that today. So we are actually going to have 2 new moon in Aries this year. The second one next month is going to be an eclipse. So right now there are no planets retrograde. It is a new moon. It's a great time for these next few weeks to just go, take action and make sense of it as you go. Because once the eclipse gets here towards, the middle of next month, there might be a little bit more confusion and overthinking to take place. Right now in the stars, let's see, what's another important placement? We have Mercury as well in Aries. And so we're really being invited to start conversations and start talking about maybe this passion that some of us have held close to our chest for so long. Find those people who can help nurture your ideas. Find those people who can help celebrate you and get excited with you about your passion and your project and what you want to do. Whether you're a soulpreneur, whether you want to shift careers, whether you want to reinvigorate your health and get your body moving right now, getting outside in nature, whatever it is for you, start connecting more deeply to spirituality. Whatever it is, go and start talking about it. Start talking and start having conversations. That's really going to help you get the intuitive guidance for what to do, for what action to take. So I hope that makes sense. So with the new moon, a lot of you may know it's about new beginnings, right? And this new moon is particularly special because Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. And so we are at the astrological new year. So if there were some things that you had hoped to start while we were still in the winter in January and February, but hadn't quite got the ball rolling, no worries. Start now, start this week, start this weekend, next week. You can do this. Yes. And we have Another element of the new moon that's really great to do, and honestly, I think it's the most essential step for manifestation. Let me see in the comments, what step do you guys think, whether you're here live, whether you're catching the replay, what is one really, really important step for manifestation? One of the most important steps, I believe, is to clear and make space. So at the new moon, when we actually can't see her in the sky, right? It's the dark moon. We can't see her. This is a great time to dive into our own shadow and the places that we might not look at too often for ourselves, and to witness those and just acknowledge those. And I love Jillian's ritual that she brought up. She brought up the power of the egg and fertility right in here. And the states we're moving into spring, which is so exciting, lots of new life, right? And so the egg is a beautiful symbol for that. And so, yes, it's a new season, and it can be a new season for you. And let this be a new chapter. What identity do you want to step into? So Jillian talked about more of what I would say maybe the light side of a ritual that you could do with the egg. And I want to invite you to have another option, if you would like, for how to use an egg and how to manifest with clearing space. And I have done this, and it was really, really powerful. So you grab an egg, right, and you hold it in your hands, and you set your intention to help release, and to release all. I would encourage you to release emotions, because Mama Moon, that's what she's all about. She's about emotions and the feels. And so think about all those emotions that you're done with, that chaos, that hurt, that depression, whatever it was. You can drop it in the comments. What is it? What are you releasing? We can get it started right now. This is a beautiful, powerful, energetic container, no matter when you're catching it. If you're here live with us, or even at the replay, whenever you're watching it, this energy is accessible to you right here, right now, as you watch. You can drop it in the comments as you watch. What are you ready to release? And you hold that egg, and you start to let yourself feel those, and let the energy move through your hands into the egg. And then allow yourself to do that for a few minutes, right? Those of you who've been manifesting, you know, right? Feelings are so important. That was probably in some of the comments when I was asking, what is one of the most important things for manifesting? To feel the feels, right? But we got to create that space in order for that new thing to come in order for that beauty to come into your life. Let's create that space. So let go of whatever feelings you're done with, that grief, that sadness, whatever it is, that disappointment, that self-criticism. Whew, that's one for me. I can be really harsh on myself. Right? Send that into the egg, and you could bury it similarly to what Jillian said, and ask Mother Gaia to take it, ask her to transmute it and take it away. Or I happen to be blessed to live by water. And so I literally threw my egg like as far as I could when I did this ritual into the water, but with the same idea. Mama Gaia, please take this energy, recycle it and make it anew. Right? So however you want to use your egg, if you want to use it for the dark side or for the light side, the choice is yours, because as Jillian mentioned, we are in balance right now. We are in balance of the light and the dark. And so whatever resonates with you, I encourage you to use that. And secondly, right, we clear, we make space, and then we want to focus on, okay, what are we bringing in? What do we sort of desire? And I want to invite you to do this in sort of a new way, right? So often, new beginnings, we think about what is my new goal? What am I after? Instead of writing it down, instead of writing a sentence, I want to encourage you to almost doodle or make a sigil and make a little symbol for yourself of what it is that you're leaning into, right? Is it freedom, right? Just freehand and free draw. What is that? And play with that sort of creative, fiery spirit. Get into that sacral chakra and let it move. But I'm so excited for those of you who are here with us, and hopefully those of you who will continue the journey with us and share and read our stories and our soul transformation that has taken place, because we are here also to share about a lovely collaborative project, Soul Alchemy. And I am a co-author and wrote a chapter. And my intention for this Soul Alchemy book is that you or whoever reads it will help you find the light. It will help bring the light to you, even in the darkest of places, and lean you into your passion and your purpose by connecting with other people's experiences through what they've gone through and their, how they started and what they transformed and what they had to let go of and how they did that. And there's so many different ways to do that. And we each dive into that in our own unique way, whether it's with the magic of the moon or beyond. So I'm going to pass the light now on to our next guest.
Hello, I'm Meshaelle, spelled funny, but it's me. I am an intuitive harmony warrior. I am the intuitive harmony warrior. And I love what Jillian and Kaitlyn have said, because my chapter in Soul Alchemy is all about reclaiming you. So many times as women, we give it all over. And when you talk about passions and purpose, and both Jillian and Kaitlyn mentioned digging into your passions, but what happens when you don't even know what your passions are anymore? Your passions are all about other people. My chapter is about how you reclaim you. I have this one quote. I just have to say it because it's in the chapter, but I'm going to say it now. It's from Ram Dass, and it's really what has driven me for years now in my coaching. Is only when I know who I am will I know what is possible. So as we're sitting here talking about intentions today with the moon and this Ostara and everything, remember, it's from you. Again, who are you? What do you want? And if you can't answer that, let's take small steps. Take small steps to reclaim that. The moon is there. This is one of the things I love about the moon, is she's so giving. It's a new moon right now, and it's dark, and people kind of like, oh, she's not there, but she is the feminine. She is the power that moves this. Everything on earth becomes from the moon. The oceans rise, the oceans recede. If you biodynamic farming, it's how do you farm by the moon? But she's soft, just like all of us females. We get this soft side, and people forget how much power we have when we tap into our feminine. We don't always have to be in the masculine to show power. That's what I love about the spring equinox and the new moon that Kaitlyn and Jillian have spoke about. It's like it's stepping in and allowing our female energy to counteract and come in balance with our male. So many times in this world, we look to only the male energy. We look, and so many times that, as Jillian said, she was always in that go, go, go. That's that male dominated energy. And when we stop and allow our goddess energy to come up, and the moon is one of those that's like calling us, bring your power, come to me. When you do that, how you get to know yourself is just there. It's more natural. And one of the things that we do so many times is we think we're going to get to know ourselves, and Kaitlyn mentioned this, but we think we're going to get to know ourselves by going to our brain. Oh, what do I want? Oh, what does my brain say I want? Let me pull out my paper. Flow, flow, flow. Oh, this is not flow. This is what I need. And instead, when you stop, and I love that LaArie is going to do an activation, because when you stop and you turn off your brain, which how many of you, okay, on live, repeat, how many of you take a day, take a moment and actually turn off your brain every day? We can do that through meditation. We can do that through, as we're getting ready to go into spring, go out and play in the dirt. It is literally play in the dirt and let your brain, don't matter. It doesn't matter. When we were kids, we didn't think about how dirty we were going to get and how yucky this would be. Da, 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 da. Now we get to go play in the dirt and just feel it. Because that's what most of us in the world, let's just be honest, have done. We've turned off feelings and gone to our brain. And the brain's not the answer, because that's not connected to the whole universe. When I feel, you feel, I feel. It's one. And that's what I love about this new moon. We can set intentions. We can set an intention just to feel. I'm like, that's an intention. I'm going to allow myself to feel for the next month. I'm going to allow myself to slow down for the next month. And that's just the joy of what spring can birth. What do you want? What do you want? And until you slow down and get out of your head, that question can be very difficult to answer. So go into your heart, go into nature, go into writing, journaling, doing stuff that says, what do I want? And look, I don't know how many moms are out there. If your mom, you're going to get this. I'm not asking you, what do you want for your kids? It's so much easier for us moms to say, oh, I want my kids to do this. And oh, I want to be able to do this for my kids. And oh, I want to be able to take them on this vacation. Oh, I want to do that. And I get that. I'm a mom. I'm a grandma. So listen, I totally 100% get that. But until you start asking yourself, what do I want? We don't get to get goals for them. I was working in the Akashic Records, and Michael came through one day, and Quan Lin too, and there's a very good reminder that you cannot manifest for somebody else. So as you're writing your new moon intentions and your spring and goals and wants and desires, remember, you cannot manifest for anyone else, only you. So what do you want? And then feel it. As April said in the comments, you have to feel it. And Kaitlyn said, you have to feel it, and not in a futuristic way, oh, in the future I want. You got to feel it now. I have this now, because the universe does not see time. Even though we have a new season, even though we have a new moon, all of that, the universe is like, it's just time. We can warp time, do time, whatever thing you want to do. So I love the fact that we are in this soul alchemy, because it's getting to know all these authors. And it's, as I'm reading and learning from them and talking to them, there is a theme to the book. And the theme to the book is taking back our worthiness, taking back who we are in a very spiritual yet practical way. And Marsha's not here with us, but man, does she have some power in her. She's going to talk about in the book, in Soul Alchemy, she's talking about our inner child. I'm glad she's talking about it and not me. But Marsha's talking all about how we heal that inner child. Because I think this new energy, the Aries, what do we really want? All of that stuff, that self-identity, goes back to, what did you want to be as a child? What lit you up from a childhood standpoint, from a childish? Like I said, I have a grandson. He's like, what do you want to be? I'm going to be a fireman. I'm going to be this. I'm going to be that. There's no limit to what he believes he can be. And I want to take that back in my life. And I want to give you that back in your life. And I am so glad Marsha's going to help me through Soul Alchemy tap into healing the little girl who didn't always get what she needed, didn't get told the things that she needed and wanted were okay. So I am so appreciative of Marsha, and I can't wait to get the book and her workbook on that. And I hope you like that. LaArie, are you ready?
Hello. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. That was really good, Meshaelle. I appreciate you. Thank you. Okay. So this is a perfect segue into, also have Tamara Childs. And Tamara, and I'm going to speak to Tamara and Safriana, and they are both additionally powerhouses that are co-authors contributing to our book for Soul Alchemy. And oh my goodness, and I actually believe that both of them are in Sedona right now, not like together, but they both had planned to be in Sedona for this amazing magical event. So how amazing is that? So Tamara, her chapter is in regards to abandonment, reclaiming, and the right to exist. And that is so simple, yet so, I think we can all agree it's so powerful. I'm so very excited to read Tamara's chapter and with her workbook and to see how that pairs together and the transformations that are going to evolve from that. Wow, so powerful. And then we have Safriana Luna. In her chapter, she explores the story of transformation from traumatization to self-reclamation through the metaphor of a butterfly's life. And I think everyone will be able to relate to this in regards to the butterfly's life, where you're in the cocoon and you're growing, and then you birth. So along with the alchemy, the soul alchemy of the death and then the rebirth, and oh my goodness. And Safriana is also a powerhouse, and I'm so honored to be in the book with everyone, especially these two co-authors. And with regards to my chapter, it is in regards to identity. The chapter is called Identity, and it's become the human your soul is here to be. And we dive deep into identity markers given to us by our family, our friends, and the mainstream matrix. In the workbook, we're going to cover ritual processes and tools to identify outside of the mainstream matrix and to thrive beyond limitations. And what Meshaelle was just talking about, like, go beyond the limits that we were given to us. And so thank you so very much, everyone, for being here. And Meshaelle and Jillian and Kaitlyn, thank you. I would love for all of us to get together in a kind of like an activation on this special time. So what we're going to do is a light body activation with regards to the chakras. And I'm going to go on the level here that I'm assuming that everyone listening to this is already understands, like the 7 main chakras. And there's a chakra above our head, the soul chakra. The below our feet is the earth chakra. And so, and if you're catching the replay or on the live, and stay on the live if you're here, definitely everyone is welcome. If you're catching the replay and you don't understand what chakras are, maybe just pause it and kind of like do a little bit of a search and then come back if it gets a little confusing. So they're energy centers in our body. And so I would love if everyone is like sitting or laying down would be probably the best place to do this. Operating zero heavy machinery. I know we're all going to be in a calm, quiet place. And then I would just like to ask permission to speak directly to your soul's identity. If you're getting a no for whatever reason, then just go ahead and pause the video, come back, take the 3 little dots and save the video to your saved videos on either YouTube or wherever you're watching this, Facebook. All right, and then let's close our eyes. We're going to go into a light, very, very light trance. I'm going to count backwards from 3, 3, 3, 3. Remember to breathe. 2, 2, 2. Breathing in and breathing out. 1, 1, 1. We're going to go ahead and relax our body parts. We're going to ask our scalp to relax, our eyes to relax, our nose to relax, our mouth to relax, our neck to relax, shoulders relaxing, extending down to our arms and hands relaxed. We're also relaxing front to back. Now our chest we're relaxing, down into our stomach relaxing. By our tailbone we're relaxing. dropping down to our thighs. Thighs, relax. Remembering to breathe. We're going to go to our knees to relax, our calves to relax, and our feet to relax. What we're going to do is we're going to float down, down, down. We're in a safe place. We're going to keep going down a little bit further. We're catching up speed. We still feel safe. We're going a little bit faster. We can feel a wonderfully perfect temperature of a breeze. Going a little bit further. We're starting to see a light by our feet. We're going down. It's there. And we're arriving at the center of the universe, where the center of the universe at this time is a beautiful solid gold, glowing, illuminating us. And the special gift to each one of you, if you choose to accept it, is a gift of a solid golden firebox. It is being distributed to you. You hold your hands out. You can accept or reject this box. Thank you. We're just going to sit in this energetic space for just a few moments and enjoy the recharging. So now we're going to go back up. We're going to go up, up, a little bit further. We still feel that perfect temperature to our bodies of a slight breeze. We are at the earth chakra, which is right beneath our feet. What we're going to do is, if you chose to accept that solid gold box, firebox, we're going to leave this firebox with this earth chakra. We're going to open this firebox, and everything that we have any type of concern with, we're going to place inside the firebox. Whatever concerns that you may have, anything that there isn't a full-on 100% knowing that is going to be okay or work out in perfect divine timing, we're going to place in this solid gold firebox. Please do so now. A few more moments, and then we'll be closing the firebox. Okay, we're going to go back up to where we are sitting in our 3D. We're going to go up a little further, a little further. And there we are. We're still keeping our eyes closed. We're still in our light trance. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to go through our chakras, and we're going to cleanse the chakras front and back, and then we're going to unite them. We're going to go ahead and start with the earth chakra beneath our feet. We're going to go ahead and cleanse that. We're taking the golden light from below, and then there is going to be a very beautiful, etheric, white, gold, silver shimmering light coming down from above. We're going to go ahead, and when we breathe in, the gold light is going to come up, and when we breathe out, the beautiful pearl color from above is going to go in and out, in and out. So breathing in, the gold is coming up. Breathing out, the pearl metallic is going through the chakras. So right now we're doing our earth chakra right below our feet. Remember to breathe in and out and in and out. And with every breath, we're clearing that chakra front and back. Okay, next we're going to go on to our root. Our root chakra is right at our tailbone. We're going to go in and out and in and out. Fantastic. You're doing great. Everyone is doing great. We're going to move up slightly to our sacral, which is in our lower abdomen. We're going to go in and out and breathe in and breathe out. Fantastic. Moving to our solar plexus, which is right in the middle of our stomach. We're going to breathe in and out. Gold in, pearl out, in and out. Right in the middle of our chest, our heart chakra. We're going to breathe in, bringing in the gold, coming through the pearl, in the white light and the gold light. Fantastic. Next, we have our throat chakra. We're going to bring the gold up, pearl energy down, up and down. Next, we have our third eye. We're going to go up a little bit to our third eye, which is right above our eyebrows. We're going to bring that gold back up, and the pearl light down and up and down. We have our crown chakra, which is on the top of our head, right on the top. We're going to bring the gold up and the pearl down, and the gold up and the pearl down. And lastly, for our activation for today, we're going to go to our soul chakra, which is slightly above the head. And then we're going to bring that gold up and the pearl down and the gold up and the pearl down. So what we've just done is we've just cleansed all of our chakras, and we're going to go ahead and fill them with our brand new energy, recharged, regenerated energy. So we're going to go start from the soul chakra, and we're going to fill that with the most miraculous solid gold soul. Felt. We're going to allow that in. We're going to become aware of the highest and best solid gold energy we can put in there. It's filling up now. Good job. It's okay to allow it. It's okay to be there. We're going to go down to the crown, where we have, it's going to be like a lavender purple, metallic. This is beautiful energy coming in into the crown. It's filling up front and back, circulating in a counterclockwise. And the third eye, we're going to go down to the third eye. It's going to be a beautiful, like indigo. It's just the most metallic, beautiful, dark blue, purplish sky that you've ever seen. It's gorgeous. Down to the throat, we have the most stunning, beautiful, metallic blue that you've ever seen in your life, where now things will just flow through you without effort, just completely effortlessly. Going down to our heart, we have the most magical green metallic energy going in front and back. It's filling up. The liquid is filling up into our heart. Moving down into the solar plexus, we have the most vibrant, exquisite, yellow, golden liquid coming in, filling up our solar plexus with the ability and the permission to shine. Coming down to our sacral, we're going to go down just a little bit into our lower abdomen, and that is the most fiery, exotic, wonderfully orange metallic liquid coming in there that is just setting you on fire in the most elegant way, down to the root, which is the red metallic liquid that's going to come in the front and back, and that is stabilizing us in solidarity and being okay, and we have permission to be here. Our last one, we're going down to the earth, and it has the most mesmerizing brown metallic liquid coming in front and back, and everything is shining. Going back to the heart, we're going to take a golden thread from the throat and the solar plexus and go ahead and sew them into the heart at the same time. Now we're taking the third eye and the sacral, and we're going to sew them into the heart at the same time. Now we're going to take the root and the crown, and we're going to sew them into the heart at the same time. And now we're taking the soul and the earth chakras and sew them into the heart at the same time, unifying us. Just take a moment to take that in. Allowing that confidence of being here with purpose, on purpose, and with your soul's mission. One last thing that we're going to do is we're going to allow the energy from the golden center to come up in a vertical form. We're going to vibrate with the earth, with the rhythm of the earth. We're going to allow that to come in. It's coming up, coming up, coming up a little bit higher, all the way to the top, and going down, up and down, up and down. And now we're going to interject vertical vibration. So now we are perfectly harmonized with the vibration or the rhythm of the earth for this amazing magical time. We're just going to sit for just a few moments here. Allow that to come in. The way that you are able to come back to this at any moment in time is if you look up, there will be pillars of prisms surrounding you, and these are the vibrational pillars. If you just sit in that in a moment, you can come back to the space at any moment in time that you wish. I'm going to count to 5. We're going to go ahead and come out of our trance, and we'll be done here. 1, 2, remember to breathe. We're coming back and wiggling our toes and our fingers. 3, breathing deep. 4, you're starting to flutter the eyes. 5, totally okay to open your eyes at this moment, or if you would like to just stay in that space, you're certainly welcome to. Thank you so very much, everyone. I appreciate you. Let me know if you have any questions. And Jillian, Meshaelle, Kaitlyn, anything else?
Thank you, LaArie. That was unbelievably magical. Exactly what I needed. And I think what was coming through for me was how precious is this to be among other women. Like, we are all magical in our own ways. We all offer our own energy healing and meditations and cleanses and all of these sacred things, and to be able to receive from each other. And I know that many women from many walks of life, many people from many walks of life are going to be reading our book, and they may be 800 years into their soul experience, and they will get so much from each individual who participated. And what a gift to not only be able to give this sacred work in our way to the world, but also to receive it from each other. So ladies, I love you all so very much, and the other authors of this book. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. And a happy new moon. What are you guys' intentions? I'd love to see them. drop comments on the replay. Tell us what you decided was some of your intentions. Loves to put some magic behind them.
Yeah, absolutely. And LaArie, just thank you so much for that. Oh my goodness. And I loved it. Started right at 1:33 in like 30 seconds. So I don't know if anyone else caught that, but I was like, oh my God, it's like divine synchronicity. So thank you so much for sharing your gifts. And yeah, we want to know what you're manifesting. We want to know what you're up to. Drop it in the comments, and happy moon manifesting, everyone.
Thank you, ladies.